Today we're going to be working on striking the ball out of the air. Known as the volley and the half volley, they're two of the most challenging skills that professional soccer players have to take when trying to score. Unlike the standard striking to score where the ball is on the ground, the volley and the half volley require the ball to be up in the air, and they add an extra element of difficulty. With the volley, the common mistakes are that we're lashing out at the ball a little bit too early, and that ends up making the ball go high, wide, and not so handsome. So we have to make sure that as the ball is coming down from the sky, we're striking it when it lands underneath our kneecap. Here are a couple examples where we're going to go over our body control, hip control, plant foot, and striking foot to make sure that we master the art of the volley. So there are two ways that you can start this exercise. Number one, you can punt it up to yourself, which I find extra useful because it allows you to get the technique of striking the ball, a locked ankle, punting it straight up in the air. Or if that's a little bit too frustrating, you can simply drop the ball near your feet and go ahead and strike it. The form should be the same. One of the most challenging aspects of the volley and the half volley is the timing involved to make sure that we're cleanly striking the ball. On a volley, when the ball is dropping from the sky, many players lash out at it and unfortunately end up hitting the bottom side of the ball and causing it to rise and lack control of that ball. What we need to do is we need to make sure that that ball is dropping out of the sky and it gets underneath our knee before we strike it. This should allow us the proper body control and hip control to make sure we're striking it on frame. The opposite is true on the half volley, that we're actually striking that ball as it's coming up from the ground, and we want to strike that anywhere between 4 and 6 inches off the ground to ensure that we can still keep our body over top of it and not make it rise too high and eventually end up over top of the goal. Here's a half volley, and you'll notice that as I approach the ball as it's in the air, I am trying to plant my plant foot directly next to the ball and make contact with the ball 4 to 6 inches above the ground. The same is true for the full volley, planting my foot directly next to the ball and striking through it. Now you'll notice that I take a little bit of a hop, and that's because I want to try and maintain my hip control. So that's how you do a full volley and a half volley. But wait, let's rewind and take another look. After doing this about 100 times on each foot, all of a sudden everything starts to sound just about the same. So one way for you to remember when it's a full volley or a half volley, even more than just your body form, is the sound that it makes. So you can hear the difference in sounds between the half volley and the full volley. The half volley, you'll hear 2 clicks, one of the ball hitting the ground and one of the strike, and on the full volley, you'll only hear a single click of your foot making contact with the ball. As I mentioned before, you want to go ahead and get a lot of training in both techniques, as it's going to happen over the course of the game and you want to be prepared. I suggest to all of my players that they do 50 on each side, both full and then half volleys, and then go ahead and repeat the process so you're getting 100 shots on both sides. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable if you're using your non-dominant foot, but then again, it's only going to get more comfortable as you continue to practice with it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video on volleys. This concludes our mini skill series on shooting or striking the ball. Send me your strikes on my social media. Be sure to look out for our videos later on this week.